After a very troubled production history, the finale to the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy has arrived finally on home media. Hey everyone, Joe here from the Collection Compass, and welcome to another home media unboxing. Today we are unboxing the final installment of James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, his send-off, his final farewell to the MCU before he moves on to run DC Studios and relaunches the DC universe into a whole new way of interconnected universe. But for now, this is the end of his little Guardians family. And honestly, if I could have shed a tear during the movie, I would have. That's how amazing it was to see this cast of characters probably together for the last time ever. At least in this iteration. Most likely we will see the Guardians again in the future of the MCU, but for now, this is the end of the story that James Gunn began back in 2014, which honestly is very bittersweet. But yeah, so here it is. After a very successful box office run in The Office, meaning $850 million, which honestly, again, like, I really don't like how people are just commenting like the MCU is like, oh, every other film's like, oh, it's the end. This is the end of the MCU. Like, they're going downhill. And then the next time we get a great project, they're like, the MCU has saved them. Like, guys, I'm just really tired of it, please. Like, okay, yeah, Wakanda Forever did really well. Quantumania did not do really well. Then this movie did really well. I am actually pretty scared to see how the Marvels does when it eventually comes out. But for now, we're not talking about that. We're here to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, released on August 2nd, 2022. No, August 1st. My bad. My total bad. Actually, I completely forgot this movie was coming out, like, on home media. Like, it has such a successful box office run that, like, usually Disney would try to expedite certain, things like the streaming release, the digital release, and then eventually the home media release, because it did not do well in theaters. But now with this film being a very successful hit, they took as much time as they need be. And honestly, again, this is like another one of those, like, why in the name of Lord why do they do this? Like, why does Disney's home media company always butcher with its home media releases with every other MCU movie? You had something great, and then you had something meh. It's like Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, amazing job. Quantumania was like kind of lazy at some point. It really was. They were like just really trying to like shoot this. Here right here is like perfect. It's like something different, something new. And, honestly, very colorful. This definitely, everything here has James Gunn's seal of approval, and I love it. I really do. I really hope that he's going to bring this style over, creativity, of uniqueness into the DCU. That's what I'm very excited for. But for now, let's go through the actual home media pieces itself of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, starting out, we have the DVD, which is reusing the same theatrical poster from the movie. Honestly, the only reason why I don't complain much about certain posters is that this is different. This is not your traditional, the floating head photo, which I don't get why it's called floating heads. Technically, it's like floating upper torso poster. It's different. It's just the Guardians chilling out, just like lounging around. It's different. It's definitely not like, something that you would see. Definitely James Gunn always does something a little bit different with his posters, especially now. And I really dig it. Like, it's all the core, at least this iteration of the Guardians, just like standing around, just being the same old nonsense numbskulls we know and love them to be. And yeah, I just love it out of them. Now, another difference they do is that instead of having a black bar that says that this is a DVD, which has always been my very annoying criticism of all DVDs, this actually makes it white, which I'm like, it's unique, it's cool. They even made the sidebar a white font as well, which is pretty cool. But on the back, you get to see the Guardians in their brand new team uniforms, straight out of the comic. Again, I love that we're in this era of like that comic book adapted suits. They do work. It can work on the big screen. This is just a prime example, Also, I'm aware that like the real reason just so that Dave Bautista could like not have to work out so much. He could just be a little bit off-putting because of him doing the shirtless scenes for, I want to say, like every MCU movie up to this one probably was annoying him to death, especially since this is also his send-off. The synopsis, one review, which is again like so ironic compared to Quantumania, which had no reviews on it. Brilliant end to a brilliant trilogy. I do agree. Now, again, as always with these new DVD releases, there is no special features. Inside you have the usual papers and the gray disc, as per usual. Now, something to say the least about this DVD, again, I like the white font, I really do. It makes it like so different from like the traditional color scheme for all the home media releases, so definitely, again, I'm not sure if, like, now that I'm really thinking about if James Gunn had much say in the home media release. I'm pretty sure it's something that, someone finally realized, okay, well, you know what, let's do a little symbolic thing, let's do something a little bit a little bit different over here, and honestly that does make a little bit of sense. But now going into the other home media cover, the Blu-ray is the exact same thing. It's nothing different. It's literally the top literally just says Blu-ray plus DVD. Obviously that comes with special features, and it does look better obviously with quality, so there's your real difference with that one over there. As for the 4K release, it uses the dynamic team, like, you know, approaching shot from the movie, and honestly, well, not the exact shot, but like a variant of it. Honestly, I love the color scheme on this one. It makes it more dark and vibrant at the same time, again, like fitting the mood of like, this is like in a way the darkest installment of the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, but as well as the more, you know, well-rounded one of the bunch. So I do eventually agree that, like, yeah, this was like the best one to see. Now, and of course, Walmart has their own exclusive 4K Ultra HD Cinematic Universe Edition version, which is the IMAX poster, which I really, really digged. I really like that one. And of course, you get the special Guardians symbol pin. Again, that one was a really cool one. I really did dig. Again, Walmart is like, you know, they're killing it in the Marvel game. You know, they always have like some sort of like very consistent, high quality, you know, thing. And for the same cost of the 4K. So, but however, as for me, you know, as many people know, I do not live next to a Walmart, nor do I have the intention to walk all the way to a Walmart. So, I'm not really, that's not really something for me to do, at least at this point in my life, to be honest with you. Now over here you have the Steelbook, which I'm like, what is with Marvel's and Disney's home media entertainment release company? It's like, you have an amazing version, and then you have a crap version, and then you have something amazing like this one. So it's the Guardian symbol. Each Guardian, Drax, Mantis, Gamora, Groot and Rocket, Star-Lord, Kraglin, Nebula, and then the main baddie himself, the High Evolutionary, all within this post. This looks so freaking cool. This was not seen in the home media in the promotion command. This is exclusive to the home media release from Best Buy, and I'm just like, this is so freaking cool. What the heck were you doing, Disney? Where was this type of level and treatment to Quantum Media, to Thor: Love and Thunder, Doctor Strange 2? Like, where was that? Where was all of that? It makes no damn sense. On the side profile, they changed it to red, which I'm not gonna lie. I love the shade of red. I really do. And on the back, you get to see Rocket in a badass pose. Well, actually, no, my bad. Rocket Raccoon. And again, considering the fact, like James Gunn said, like, low-key, Rocket's been the main protagonist for the entire Guardians trilogy. Like, the Guardians movies were all his movies. Like, if you really think about it, this all connected in a way, and this was also a really cool shot. Again, this is, I think, straight from the movie during the hallway fight scene. So honestly, super, super cool about that. And on the inside, the usual paper plan fit. The discs are Groot and Rocket, and the inside cover is going to be of the team. This is the actual like team charging into battle shot at the end of the movie, which honestly was really, really, really cool to see. And the actual J card, which is the logo. Again, I really like this iteration. Like, James Gunn always makes each of the Guardians logos differently. This has the border outline with the Volume 3. Again, loving the red on this. And on the back, you get all the special goodies. As always, again, same reviews before, Brilliant into the trilogy, but this, like, again, this is the same color scheme as I was talking about with the generic 4K release, where I'm like, I love this like shading and the coloring of this. It really makes them vibrate. It really fits the mood that James Gunn has been setting up for this entire trilogy. So I really, really dig it so damn much. Now I'll say this much: Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was a reminder of what the MCU was, and it's really kind of crazy for me to think about it, because like Endgame was 4 years ago, and the fact that the quality of MCU movies have radically different itself from how it was, and maybe some of it was on purpose to, like, you know, identify that this is a whole new generation of films coming out for the brand, but at the same time it's more like along the lines of, like, you know, the things that the audience was really connecting with are no longer there, where after a year of, you know, the franchise not being the same, and that's evident in Doctor Strange, in Thor, in Black Panther, especially now with Ant-Man and the Wasp, it was such a very uplifting moment when the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 began playing, when I saw it in theaters. And it was just so, it was like going back to like 2017 when Volume 2 came out, but it's even more better. It's the laughs are, you know, contagious. The villain is amazing, and it's like, this is something that I've missed so much. And that's not just to criticize the other movies in Phase 4 or Quantumania. It's not really. It's just there's a certain charm that, you know, there was a time period where the directors really got to put their stamp on it, on the material, not just it being like it's part of the larger puzzle. This was mainly to serve as a farewell to this iteration of the Guardians. The Guardians will most likely continue in some fashion in the MCU. We will probably see Chris Pratt as Star-Lord again in the future, but right now this is the last time you will ever see this cast together. There is no 4. James Gunn isn't coming back to Marvel. He's off to DC. And this film was more like a goodbye to him. Goodbye to this team, a full closure for everyone involved. It was the end of the Guardians journey. And for some people, I can very much safely say, this is a film, if you have been very iffy with the MCU since Black Widow, this is a perfect endpoint for you. You can make this your last MCU movie and not come back to it. And I'm not trying to say this like, oh my god, I became an anti-MCU. Like, no, I'm still watching the shows. I'm still going to watch the Marvel, Deadpool 3. Like, I'm not done. But I am now becoming more and more the fatigue that fans start to feel back around Love and Thunder, Miss Marvel, that, you know, like last summer. Like, I'm beginning to feel that a little bit. I am. I'm starting to feel like, okay, I'm still going to watch these, but I am no longer invested in it heavily as I used to. And that's not a negative thing. It's just that there is just so much other content, forms of content out there that I rather put my energy into. And some of my friends have told me previously, hey, we love hanging out with you guys, but it's just the MCU stuff isn't really hitting it as it was before. There was a clear division when you were in the 2021 era where, like, the MCU's back. You got WandaVision, you got Falcon and Winter Soldier, you got Loki, you got all those things. But as the quality started seeping down with Black Widow, with Eternals, debatably What If, like, and then 2022 hit, like, the decline started happening, and it is noticeable. And I've been told, like, yeah, it's not the same. And I'm like, of course it's not the same. It's never going to be the same. This is not, and also the fact that, like, you got to wait, like, you know, you're in the waiting period to get how Phase 1 and Phase 2 were. But the thing is that at least with Phase 1, Phase 2, there is a certain energy to each film that, you know, is not apparent in every project. I'm very happy that Guardians Volume 3 did not fall into that. It was like the one thing I could absolutely guarantee it was going to be a banger, because you have a director and a writer with Gunn who killed it in the Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, the Guardians Holiday Special. He knew how to make a character story work in an ensemble piece with the Marvel backdrop on it. He's a rare director that he's able to accomplish everything. Plus, he brought Nathan Fillion back into the MCU, so I'm like, not too shabby in my opinion. I think the entire cast does an amazing performance, delivering for most of them, their final takes on these characters. That this is the end. They're putting all 110% energy on this. This was a film worth rewatching over and over again. It's, again, rare to say, because, like, the last time I did that was No Way Home. Every MCU project since then, it's been one and done. This was one that I went back to theaters for. And that's just a high compliment to get nowadays when you're in the middle of a recession. The financial income is not as high as it used to be. And at the same time, these movies aren't hitting that rewatchability factor that a lot of the older MCU movies had. And the fact that this become one of those classics is just astonishing, to say the least. This joins the club of No Way Home and of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, where, like, this is an exceptional epilogue film to, if you can go back to the MCU one more time, this film would be my highest recommendation. Not only do you have an amazing team of heroes that are charming, engaging, and also having an emotional backdrop story to them, as well as you also have an equally amazing villain that kills in every scene he's in and carries the story as well and pushes the conflict forward. Again, it's very hard to do great villains nowadays. It's very hard. And the fact that they did this, and it's just phenomenal, to say the least. It's very high up on my list. It really is. And I am very excited to see what Gunn is going to do with Superman Legacy and the future of his DC universe. But until then, for now, this being Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 time, I am very sad that James Gunn is no longer staying on board to Marvel, but he's going to off to better places to do even cooler, greater things on a much more mainstream level. So I can't wait. But for now, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has my highest recommendation. It is by far the best of the Guardians trilogy. It's so far the best of Phase 5, the best of the one of the best in the multiverse saga so far. And I'm going to miss these cast of characters. I do hope we can see them at some point in the future. It will never be the same, but I would really hope that we will get to see them again. But on to the other side of things with the whole media, I think they did a phenomenal job making it such a different, unique look. Previously, they put a lot of TLC into this with the whole, even with the DVDs, the Blu-ray, the 4K, and even the Steelbook. It's all, you know, high marks across the board. I'm very happy this was the, if there was one MCU film that really deserved the TLC with, you know, on this side, it had to be Guardians Volume 3, and they nailed it. They killed it. I loved it so much, and I can't wait to see, hopefully they improve with the Marvels. Hopefully they'll continue. But for the time being, phenomenal. Off the record, this is probably going to be Disney's shining grace for 2023. Marvel's shining grace for 2023, and I still hope that we're able to get back to that level of quality. Hopefully with the Marvels, Deadpool 3, Captain America 4, like there's still a lot of great excitement on the horizon, but it's just there's going to be a long road to recovery after everything that happened. But I'm very hopeful they will be able to make it through. But let me know down below, did you pick up Guardians Volume 3? What did you think of the movie? I would love to have a conversation with you down below, as always. But again, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more cool home media unboxings such as this one. We've done almost every single MCU one possible. But yeah, thank you again so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Like, favorite, share if you want to. Ring the bell and follow us on social media. But till we see each other again, thank you so much for watching, my fellow collectors. Until next time, peace out.